What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to go over none other than EX6. So we're going to go card by card and just talk about everything that's going to be really good, and I'm excited to talk about it. Without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So first off, let's get into this. Cards that are not yellow or purple will be very light in this set. This is very much a yellow and purple heavy set. Just keep that in mind. For the reds, we have Shikatomon. So when an effect places a Digievolution card with legendary arm traits under this Digimon, gain 1 memory. Very solid. Then you have Zubamon. Says by placing one card, by paying 1 cost, placing this card as a bottom Digievolution of one of your level 3 or has legend arms traits, this Digimon gets plus 4000 DP for the turn, and when effect places a Digievolution card under this card, draw a card, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. So one thing that this really is nasty about is that you get to combo with all the starter deck support, and it just really adds up, and power DP thresholds become ridiculous pretty quickly. Like Super Eager, by placing 1 card, paying 1 cost, placing this as a bottom Digievolution, they all have this kind of hand effect that you can place them under to give either a boost or some sort of other benefit. Then your turn, when effect places a Digievolution under this card, it gains Raid and Piercing and plus 2000 DP. So, really solid. Then you have Doraemon. By paying 2 costs, placing this as a bottom Digievolution, it gives security plus 1 for the turn. Then when an effect places a Digievolution under this Digimon, it gains Raid and Piercing for the turn. And then when an attack target is switched, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Then you have Durandamon. By paying 3, you get to put this at the bottom Digievolution just to give Raid and Piercing. And then when attacking, one of your Digimon may attack. When Digivolving, one of your Digimon may attack. It gives Piercing. And while this has Ragna, the security effects of cards checked by this don't activate. And then we do have Ragna Lord Ace. This is one of the Blast Digievolutions of the set. So this basically says, you know, take DNA Blast 1 Durandamon or by Bray Luda on the field, and then tuck this in from the hand for a DNA Digivolve. It gives Raid and Reboot. On play, when Digivolving, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. This Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects until the end of the turn. Then, if DNA Digivolve one of your all your opponent's Digimon and delete one of their Digimon. So it's a very nasty threat that is just really scary at the end of the day. Then we do have Blue. Blue didn't really get much. It got Zuquang Pangmon, Shuquin Pangmon. You have Yoko here that says if you place 1 blue level 3 Digimon from your hand as a bottom Digievolution card for when attacking. Then you have Biomon that just gives jamming and Hairable, and it's a blocker. Then you have Shuquamon that's just jamming, and then on play draw if this Digievolution card, if you played from Digievolution, gain 1 memory. Then you have Hankumon, so Hakumon. So by placing 1 of your other blue Digimon as a bottom Digievolution card, unsuspend this Digimon, and then you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card from one of your blue Digievolution cards without paying its cost. Just a nice way of doing like a bird version of the fish deck. And then you have Zupangmon, super rare. So on play, when Digivolving, you may place up to 3 of your other blue Digimon as a bottom Digievolution card, then return all other 4 or lowers to their hand for each card placed by this effect. In this Digievolution, add 1 to the level of this effect may be returned, and then your turn once per turn when effect places a Digievolution under this Digimon, you may play 1 level 5 or lower with Aqua or Sea Animal in one of its traits from its Digievolution without paying its cost. So, and it's counted as an aquatic, so it does actually help out, so it's searchable and playable. And then Sea of Destruction, by placing 1 card with Aqua or Sea as one of the bottom Digievolution from your hand as a bottom Digievolution card, one of your blue Digimon, return all your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the placed card to their hand, and return all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to hand. It's not a bad removal for Sea of Destruction, we'll have to see, but all in all, blue's not really popping off here. Yellow's popping off though. You have Cupimon that says by adding the top card of your security stack to hand, you may place 1 Digimon with Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angels trace from your hand to the bottom of the security stack. Then you have Salamon that's basically really good in Mass Day. Start a turn if you have a purple Digimon or a Tamer, gain a memory, and then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn, making threats smaller. You have Luxmon that says reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 card with Angel, Archangel traits, and one of the 3 great traits. Among them to your hand, return the rest of the bottom deck. This is to help get the synergy from the 3 great angels. And then if this Digimon has an Angel, Archangel, or 3 great angel, you draw a card as it's inheritable. Lucemon is for the Lucemon theme deck or in the Great Demon Lords. So when this card would be played from hand, if you don't have a level 5 or lower, reduce the play cost by 5. Start main, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 with Angel, Archangel, 3 great angels, or 7 great demon lord traits among them to your hand. Trash the rest. End of your turn once per turn by placing one of your level 6 Digimon at the top of your security stack. The Digimon may digivolve into Lucemon Chaos Mode from trash without paying its cost. It's not a bad trade-off here. So, really solid. Yeah. Then you have Angemon here. Barrier. When attacking, if this Digimon has Angel, Archangel, 3 great, draw a card. It's not a bad barrier card. Gatomon's just more support for Mass Day. So, reveal the top 3 cards for an on-play when digivolving. Add 1 card with Angel, Archangel, Fallen trait among them, and 1 Mirai among them to your hand. Return the rest of the bottom deck, and then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. Really solid. Then you have a Karham Angemon. So Archaimon Angemon. Archaim Angemon. Whatever this thing is. So by placing the top, adding the top or bottom of your security stack to hand, one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 4,000 DP for the turn, and then place 1 Digimon with Angel, Archangel, 3 great angel traits from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. Then all your angels gain blocker, Archangel, 3 great angel, and blocker. Not bad. Angelwolmon is Mastemon support. It says if you have a Mirai, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1. If you don't have a Mirai, play a Mirai from hand without paying its cost. And then it gives an alliance, so that makes your bodies just so much bigger. That's really good. Then you have Sanzomon. So on play, when attacking, one of your Digimon gains a security attack 1 until the end of opponent's turn. Then if you're Digicrossing, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Genku, Shogomon, Chohokamon, or Shakamon among them to your hand. Return the rest of the bottom deck. All turns when this card would leave the battle area, return 1 yellow card from the Evolution card to the hand. And then it's Digicross support. So it comes in for a little cheaper for depending on what you do. And it's not a bad trade-off. When attacking, one of your Digimon gains security attack 1 until the end of the turn. Yeah. And then Chuhakimon. One of your Digimon gains security attack 1 until the end of the turn. Then if Digicrossing, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP and gains blocker until the end of the turn. All turns when this card would leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon card from this Evolution to hand. Digicross 2, doing the shenanigans with those guys. And then when attacking, one Digimon may gain a security attack 1 until the end of opponent's turn. Then you have Shagomon. One Digimon may gain security attack 1 until the end of turn. Then if Digicrossing, one of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamers cannot suspend until the end of turn. Then when this Digimon would leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon with Digievolution cards to hand. Shengu, Goku, the whole drill for the Digicrossing. They're the same thing, just one added different piece. When attacking, one Digimon gains a security attack 1 until the end of the opponent's turn. Then you have Gokumon. So one of your Digimon gains security attack 1 until the end of turn. This Digimon is Digicrossing. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. When this Digimon would leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon card from this Digievolutions to the hand. It's one of the 3. It's Journey to the West kind of story, and it's really cool. When attacking, one of your Digimon gains security attack 1. One Digimon may gain that security attack 1. Not bad. Then you have Dominionmon. Search your security stack. You may play 1 level 5 or lower card with Angel or Archangel traits among them without paying its cost. Then shuffle your security stack, and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP for the turn. When one of your Digimon with Archangel, Angel, 3 great traits would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects or in battle by trashing the top card of security to prevent it from leaving play. Just barrier without saying barrier. Seraphamon Ace is another good card. It has Blast Digievolution on play when digivolving, recovery 1. All turns when a card is added to your security stack, return one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level or a level as the number of cards with a high or lower level than the number of cards in your security stack to the hand. So it's not a bad bouncer. Seraphamon Ace is just Seraphamon Ace. Mastamon Ace is an Angel. So DNA Digivolve, Blast Digievolution, Angelwomon, Lady Devi. On play, when Digivolve, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon with Archangel, Angel, Fallen Angel traits from your hand or trash without paying its cost. Then, if DNA, place 1 other Digimon to the bottom of its owner's security stack. Trash the top card of your opponent's security stack until there are 4 in their security stack. Overflow 4. Then you have Ophanimon Ace. That's a Blast Digievolution as well. On play, when Digivolving, trash the top or bottom of your security stack. When your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn. And then when a card is removed from the security stack, if it is your turn, this Digimon may gain security attack 1 and an attack. If it's your opponent's turn, recovery 1. Not a bad card just to get a free save back. Then you have Shakamon, whatever this goddess here is. On play, when Digivolving, all your Digimon gain a security attack -1 until the end of opponent's turn. And then when this Digimon would be deleted, return to your hand or deck. You may play 1 Sheikumon and 1 Genku, Sheiku, or Kohakimon from this Digievolution cards without paying its cost. So it kind of just sets you back up to get your little guys back out on the board. And then all turns, Digimon with security minus are turned into security +1, all yours. Bonus turns, once per turn, you may place 1 Digievolution security. You may place 1 Digimon with security attack 1 on the top or bottom of the security stack, which is not a bad thing, just to get a threat off the board. Then you have Final Excalibur, unsuspend 1 of your Digimon with Angel. You know the drill here. If you have Dominionmon, unsuspend all your Digimon with these subcategory traits, and then recovery +1, then add this card to hand. Then you have Dissension of 3 Greats. You may place 1 card with Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angel traits from your hand at the bottom security stack, then place this card in the battle area. When one of your Digimon with Angel or Archangel's trait is deleted, not 3 Great Angels, by the way, delay, search your security stack. You may play 1 Digimon with 3 Great Angel traits among them without paying its cost. Stuff with your security stack. Not a bad trade-off here. That's everything for yellow, if I remember. Nope, we have TK Kari. TK gives all your Digimon, place 1 of your yellow Digimon. On play, 1 of your yellow Digimon gains barrier until the end of opponent's turn, and then when 1 of your Digimon is played, or Digivolve, if it's Angel, Archangel, 3 Great Angels, by suspending this tamer, gain a memory. It's not a bad trade-off. And then we have Suzy. Let me double check here. I think I skipped 1 card in red. Yep. So we're going to have to cover that afterwards. Suzy's just really nasty. Suzy's like the answer to what the deck needed. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Beastkin, blah, 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 up to Cherubi and among them to their hand. Then return the rest to the bottom of the deck. When an effect suspends 1 of your Digimon, by suspending this tamer, 1 of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon with Beastkin, Holy Beast, or Cherubi and its traits from your hand with the cost reduction of 2. So it's not a bad trade-off there. Suzy's really solid. Excuse me. We're getting into green. Green is like the smallest pile. Kokumon, just when an effect suspends 1 of your Digimon, 1 of your Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. Then you have Lopmon, on play, you may suspend 1 Digimon if when attacking one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. Then you have Torurimon, so on play, when Digivolving, suspend 1 Digimon. So it's just going to be suspending. Fun games here. Then, when attacking once per turn, 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. In Tylemon, when Digivolving, you may place 1 level 3 green or yellow Digimon from your hand without paying its cost. By returning 1 of your other suspended Digimon to hand, you may play 1 level 3 beast trait among them to your hand. Place the rest without paying the cost. So it's not a bad thing with Alliance either in Tylemon. Then you have Trubimon Ace with Alliance, Blast Digievolution. You may play 1 level 4 or lower green or yellow Digimon from your hand without paying its cost. Then 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for each other Digimon until the end of turn. So Trubimon Ace might actually find some small love, and I'm going to be straight honest with you, and maybe like a Bloomlord themed deck. So it does help out in a small fraction of a way, just being that ace that Bloomlord can take advantage of, because I mean, Lily's really good, but you build a wide enough board in some circumstances that Cherubi can minus that off the board, and that's going to help you out in the long game. So I think Cherubi's really good for Bloom. Then we have black. You have Kakinmon. So by returning one card with legendary arms traits from this Digivolutions to hand, gain a memory. So this thing is really valuable because it gets your pieces back, and then you can just set up from there. Karamon is Diaboromon support that we needed. On deletion, if this Digimon has unidentified, you may play one Diaboromon token. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one Tamer option with Diaboromon in its text, and one card with unidentified traits among them to your hand. Trash the rest. Then you have Ludamon. So by paying one cost, gives plus 2,000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. And then when in effect places a Digivolution under this, draw a card, and then it gives plus 2,000 DP on the opponent's turn. Spadamon is by paying the cost, you draw a card, you pay one, and then when a card is trashed by trashing one card with legendary arms traits in your hand, draw 2. And then when attacking once per turn, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. Kursorimon, so it can delete an unidentified trait, reduce the play cost by 3 on play when Digivolving. Deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 3 or less. Sometimes you need to use this, and I think this is a very vital tool because being able to pop Ukamons is huge, especially going second. You can Digivolve into this and set up. On deletion, if this Digimon has an unidentified trait, you may play one Diaboromon. Really solid there. Then you have Tyludomon, so it's just paying one cost, goes under, gives plus 2,000 DP until the end of opponent's turn. It gets blocker and reboot if there's a card put underneath it, and then it gets plus 2,000 DP. Then you have Infernmon being on play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon Diaboromon in its name. This Digimon may Digivolve into Diaboromon without paying its cost. Really a free warp Digievolution to set up to get you a second stack going is really solid. And then when another Digimon with Diaboromon in its name is played, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Really solid to get big threats down. Then you have Ludomon, that's basically by paying 2 costs, place this card as a bottom Digivolution of one of your Digimon with a 5 or less at a starter main. One of your opponent's Digimon gains starter main. This Digimon attacks. Then your turn, when in effect places a Digivolution under this card, gain blocker, reboot until the end of opponent's turn. Then when this Digimon would be deleted other than by your effect by trashing one card with legendary arm traits in this Digivolution, prevent its deletion. You have Diaboromon that basically produces a jamming blocker, and then when your opponent's Digimon played, you activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects, and then start a main phase, and when Digivolving, you produce tokens. So Diaboromon's really solid that way as well. You have Ludomon. So by paying 3, place this card as a bottom Digivolution card of one of your Digimon with 6,000 DP or has legendary arm traits. De-Digivolve all your opponent's Digimon with as much or less than this Digimon, block or reboot. When Digivolving, one of your Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's Digimon until the end of opponent's turn. And then while this Digimon has Ragna Lord in it, cannot leave the battle area other than by your effects or deletion. So that's very important. And let's talk about the option that is called Inheritance of the Legendary Sword and Shield. While you have a Digimon with legendary arms traits, you ignore color requirements. You may place one card with legendary arms traits from your trash as one of your Digimon's bottom Digivolution. Then place this card in the battle area. When one of your Digimon would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects delay, you may play one card with legendary arm traits from this Digivolution without paying its cost. So not bad there. Now we do get into the purple. So we have Great Demon Lords, Don Devi, and all the goody stuff here. I do feel like Great Demon Lords is kind of slow a bit just because of how the deck plays. It just doesn't have a lot of draw engine in itself that's going to get the stuff into trash fast enough, in my opinion. But that's just me. So we have Gate of the Deadly Sins. This is basically your generic Yggdrasil clone here, but it does something a little different. Start of your main phase, place the top 3 cards of your Digi-Eggs as a bottom Digi-Evolution card. Delete all your Digimon if in effect deleted. Place one card with 7 Great Demon Lord traits from your trash as a bottom Digi-Evolution card. Breeding an opponent's turn. By deleting this Digimon with 7 or more cards with different names in its Digi-Evolution, you may play one Oganomon from trash without paying its cost. The problem is, this is very slow. I'm going to be straight up honest with you, unless you open the nuts and you have ways of just getting more and more pieces into the trash. The first couple of turns, you are really a dead Robin here. you need to probably do more milling. I think milling is going to be probably the better option. You're not really going to want to draw. You just want to be able to slam down like Impmons and stuff like that. They're a little bit weaker that are just going to pop and then just mill. So I think that's probably the better option for this deck. But an opponent's turn by, we already talked about that. And then when one of your Digimon forward the inheritable breeding, when one of your Digimon with 7 great Demon Lord traits would be played, may reduce the play cost by 3. If you have 5 or more with different names in instant evolution, reduce the play cost by 4 instead. So really solid. You have Sukaimon. On deletion, delete one of your opponent's level 3s. When an opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting one of your other when an opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting one of your other Digimon, end the attack. Then you have Devimon. If you have 5 or fewer cards in hand, draw a card, then trash 1 card in hand. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in hand, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. While your opponent has 6 or fewer cards in hand, this Digimon gains plus 1000 DP. Boogeyman. Reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 card with Fallen Angel or Demon Lord in its traits, and 1 purple option among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom deck. If you added a card, trash a card in your hand. While your opponent has 6 or fewer cards in their hand, gain plus 1000 DP. Witchmon. By trashing 1 card in your hand until the end of opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains end of attack. Delete this Digimon. It's not a bad trait here. When an opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting one of your other Digimon, end the attack. Then you have Devimon. So on play, when Digivolving, if your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in hand, delete one of your opponent's level 3s. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. While your opponent has 6 or fewer cards in hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP as an inheritable. Pharasmon. So it's a blocker when Digivolving. If your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in hand, gain a memory. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in hand, your opponent trashes 1 card in the hand. Your opponent may trash 1 card in hand. If they don't, you may play 1 purple level 3 or lower trash it without level 3 from trash without paying its cost. On plays do activate. You have Neo Devi. So on play, when Digivolving, if your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in hand, delete 1 of their level 4 or lower Digimon. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in your hand, opponent trashes 1 card in their hand, just to keep their hand size small. On deletion, if your opponent has 10 or more cards in trash, you may play 1 Don Devi from trash without paying its cost. Your opponent may trash 1 card in their hand. If they don't, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from trash without paying its cost. Then we have Bestemon, Scapegoat. So basically the new keyword of the set. So when this Digimon would be deleted other than by your effects, delete one of your other Digimon, prevent the deletion. And then when Digivolving, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its cost. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may play 1 purple level 4 or lower from your trash without paying its cost. Cool. Lady Devi is just straight up support for Maste. It's got retaliation on play when Digivolving. If you have a Mirai, delete one of your opponent's Digimon in level 4 or lower. If you don't have a Mirai, you may play 1 Mirai from your trash without paying its cost. Then while this Digimon has Angel or 7 great Demon Lord traits, it gains Scapegoat. Kind of cool there. Lucemon Chaos Mode is on play when Digivolving. Your opponent may delete one of their Digimon or Tamers. If this effect didn't delete it, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, recovery 1. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area by returning 1 Lucemon from this Digivolution cards or from your trash as a bottom to the bottom of the deck, you may play 1 Lucemon Satanic Mode or a level 6 with 7 great Demon Lord from your trash without paying its cost. So it's not a bad trade-off here. Then you have Dan Devimon. So on play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with level 5 or lower. If the effect didn't delete, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. While your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, this Digimon gains Rush and Security +1. So really good. Don Devi hasn't had a decent support card in a while, so it's pretty good to see that. Beelzemon is just Rush on play when Digivolving, trash the top 4 cards of your deck. Then if you have 10 or more cards in trash, you Digivolve two of one of your opponent's Digimon. And then basically when he would leave the battle area other than in battle, place 1 card with 7 great Demon Lord traits from trash as a bottom Digivolution of one of your great sins. So your Gate of Sins. Lilithmon, just one of the annoying cards on play when Digivolving until the end of opponent's turn. One of your opponent's Digimon gains end of your turn. Delete this Digimon. So You know, that's really solid. It removes a threat if they don't use it right away. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would leave the battle, other than battle, delete one level 5 or lower Digimon, prevent it from leaving. When another Digimon is deleted, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Then you have Creepymon, blocker, on play when Digivolving. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon, the lowest DP for each of the level deleted by this effect. Trash the top card of your deck. While this Digimon would leave the battle, other than in battle, place one card with 7 Great Demon Lord traits from your trash as a bottom Digievolution of one of your 7 Deadly Sins, gate of the Deadly Sins in your breeding area. So kind of Creepy and Beelzemon are just trying to reset up. Same thing with Balphamon Rage Mode, is just trying to get stuff into the grave. Barbermon, Scapegoat, on play when Digivolving, trash one card in your opponent's hand without looking. Then when the A card is trashed from your opponent's hand, you may play one purple card with a play cost 10 or less from your trash without paying its cost. For each of your opponent's hand, reduce the maximum by 1. So if your opponent has a way of drawing a bunch of cards, you're kind of screwed if you can't keep their hand size down. The deck, I feel, is too slow. Balphamon Rage Mode, on play when Digivolving, you know, you may trash one card, trash up to 3 cards in your hand. For each card trashed by this effect, suspend one of your opponent's level 5 or lower. Then delete all your opponent's Digimon, suspended Digimon with the lowest play cost. Then you have Leviamon. So all turns when an opponent's Digimon or when one of your Digimon with 7 Great Demon Lord traits is played by trashing one card in your hand, return the bottom 3 Digievolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Then if your opponent has as many or less total Digimon and Tamers as you, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digievolution cards. When this card would leave the battle area other than in battle, place the whole shebang there, you know. Then we do have the option of Ascension of 7 Great Demon Lords. Really powerful option. You may place one Demon Lord from your hand or trash the bottom Digivolution of the Great Sin, then place this card into battle area. When one of your Digimon with 7 Great Demon Lords is deleted, you may delay. You may play one Digimon with 7 Great Demon Lord traits from its Digivolution from a gate of breeding area without paying its cost. Phantom Pain, until the end of opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gains end of turn. Delete this Digimon, then place this card in the battle area. If you have a Digimon with Lilithmon in its name, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Then you have the boss itself, the secret Ogadomon. So this thing is basically when Digivolving, when attacking, you may place up to 7 cards with different names and 7 Great Demon Lord traits from trash as a bottom Digivolution. If place 4 or more with this effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. When attacking by returning 7 with different names and 7 Great Demon Lord traits with the Digimon Digivolution to the bottom of the deck, delete 7 of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamers, then trash the top 7 of your opponent's deck security stack. For each card deleted by this effect, reduce the cards trashed by 1. Then we have Mirai. So when one of your Digimon with Holy Beast, Archangel, Fallen Angel traits is placed, suspend this Digimon, gain 1 memory. Then one of your Digimon may Digivolve into Angelwomon or Lady Debbie from trash with a reduction by 1. And then 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand. You know what? Mirai is pretty solid. Why not? And then we kind of have the final white cards here. So Mega Digimon Synthesis. Basically the revamp of Mega Digimon Fusion, but while your opponent has a 6 or higher, you may ignore color requirements. It's a 4 cost, so if one of your level 6 and a card in your hand may DNA Digivolve into a level 7 card in your hand. So it's not a bad trade-off to get to a 7. Return 1 level 6 or higher Digimon from your trash to hand, then add this card to hand. And then you have Ultimate Chaosmon. So DNA Digivolve level 6 black and yellow and a green/purple. So either a yellow green, yellow purple, yellow, black green, black purple. Any of those combinations of those two, this thing has partition for the yellow black level 6 and a level green purple. If DNA Digivolving, you may place up to 2 level 6 from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Then for each level 6 in this Digivolution card, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. While this Digimon has 4 or more level 6s in his Digivolution, it gains Security Attack 1 and Piercing. So Chaosmon is really scary. It can do some crazy shenanigans, up to you how you want to play it. But hey, it's up to you. I think it has a lot of potential. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. What are you excited for EX6 with? And stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!